Hey, everybody. I'm back. Guess who's back? Back again. Yep. How's everybody doing out there? Brenda, Brandon, O2, Pollyanna, Ellie. Hey, everybody. It is freezing here. Welcome in, everybody. Boy, you can tell I haven't done this for a while. I can't stand it when this is not, when it's not even like it's supposed to be. I don't know if Mr. Hart's watching or not, but oh, God. It's cold here. It is cold here. Hey, Brenda. For those of you in this country, it's 19 degrees. For Pollyanna, it's -7 Celsius. Yes, we have snow on the ground. It is cold here. Yeah, the oven's doing a great job at keeping us warm. How's everybody doing? I apologize for taking off so long, but I don't know what to say. It was some time that I needed off. Because we don't have a lot of snow, we just have a little bit. Yeah, maybe an inch at most. I just had to take off this Mercury retrograde, which today is the last day of it. It really got me good, so the headspace I was in, I didn't want to be on here trying to do readings. I hope we don't. We got enough. We got enough. Yeah, you can hear the chills in my voice. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button, please, and thank you. I am Brenda. I am. Like I said, Mercury retrograde didn't do me any favors. We'll just put it that way. Hi, Marijuana. So with the I had to do a lot of meditation and clearing and cleansing while I was away, so there was a lot I had to do while I was off. But I'm back now. And for my members, I will be live on Tuesday. I even have it set up already, and you already see what my title's about. I am going to discuss, we are going to talk about psychic mediums. There's Mr. Hart. We are going to talk about psychic mediums, or should I say fake psychic mediums, here on these interwebs. Brenda says hello too, Mr. Hart. All right. Well, I'm waiting to see if anybody else comes in. I haven't seen Irish and Six Up. I don't know if they won on the list or not, but I'm going to get started. My hands are freezing, so I don't know how long I'm going to be on over here, to be honest with you. First up is Brenda. And I'm rusty. I haven't done anything for a long time. I didn't touch tarot cards at all while I was off, so I'm rusty. Probably should turn the light on, but I can't reach it, so we're going to have to work with what we got here. O2 said hello.
I'm working on it. I'm not that fast.
Okay, I didn't know because I can't see you through the wall. You know, I know I'm good, but I'm not that good. Just kidding. All right, this is going to be for Brenda. And no, I have not reversed any of these cards. Like I said, hey, Ellie. I haven't touched any of these cards since I was off. So, and now we're going to have a spirit. Oh, that reminds me. Before I pull Brenda's cards, for those of you that have followed me from the beginning when I started to dip my toe into true crime, but I got out of it. My first case, we have confirmation of the remains. All right. This is for Brenda. What do we have here? We have the Emperor. The Queen of Swords. And the Seven of Pentacles.
Do you need your glasses?
No, I have to hold them up because they're transparent, so I have to hold them up to the light to see what the number is on them.
But you're sitting.
Yeah, it's because I have to see what number they are. See? There's numbers on the sides.
Just asking.
My glasses wouldn't help anyhow. They aren't for up close. Yeah, Pollyanna, that situation is the coroner and law enforcement sounds like they've closed the case, but I think it's far from closed because they're trying to say he was in a location that took a person 2 hours to walk up in good weather. And then keep in mind it was bad weather when he was out there. So, yeah. No, he didn't. And he didn't fall off the cliff. He wasn't wanting to hurt himself either. All right, what do we got here for Brenda? I feel like there's some sort of choices you're having to make. Something involving some aspect of your life. I feel like it might be a big choice. And the queen holding the sword like it's a baseball bat, as though you're swinging on it. To me, this looks like you're swinging to see just what hits. What is it I'm going to focus on. But I think with the help of a higher power, you will decide on what it is that is most important out of all these choices that you have. I don't think you're just going to swing that sword randomly at just any one of those pentacles, which the pentacles represents a different aspect of your life. I don't think you're going to just swing that sword and swing those words or ideas randomly. I think you're going to have the help and guidance of your God source, your higher power, however you want to look at it. I'm looking to see if there's anything else here. So I feel like you have a decision to make, and you're just not going to do it randomly. You're not going to just throw one out there and do it yourself. Yeah, I think if you have a plan, you're being guided. You're being guided by your higher power to focus on that. Compassion. Show compassion towards yourself and others. When you already do that, though. We know you do. I've seen it many times. All right, Brenda, your angel number is 159. 159. Brandon, are you out there, Brandon? You're very welcome, Brenda. You're very welcome. Hey, Spirit of Morning. Okay, Brandon. Hey, Pamela. You want on the list, Pamela? Spirit of Morning? Either one of you want on the list? I think I need heated gloves. And no, Pollyanna, you will not hear my little machine in the background beeping. Just so you know. Because when I'm sitting and not moving around... Oh, thank you, Mr. Hart. I just noticed you turned my light on for me. Okay, Pamela, I got you. Spirit of Morning, would you like added? Okay. All right. Awesome. Aw, YouTube's doing it to my channel too. YouTube is ridiculous. All right. This is for Brandon. Thank you, Spirit of Morning. Mazikeen. Mushroom Marie. Okay. Do you want one too, Mazikeen? Okay, yeah, I got you. All right. This is for Brandon. I'm really, well, while I'm shuffling for Brandon here, for those of you that are members, this Tuesday's members only live, I am going to discuss the fake mediums. What really stands out right now to me is I'm really, truly offended that some of these fake mediums are using things that are actually real to a true psychic medium, and that is goosebumps, because they are a real thing to those of us that are not fake. But we'll talk about that on Tuesday because, I'm sure they wouldn't like what I have to say, but I don't really care. And I'm not just talking about, there's a number of them out here. And we'll talk more about psychic mediums. All right, Brandon, you've got the moon. You've got the King of Pentacles. And you've got the Devil card. Wow. Look at that picture. Somebody's turning a blind eye to somebody with possibly some type of an addiction problem. Somebody that you would feel was wise and compassionate. So maybe somebody older. And so that person maybe, I'm getting so many messages right now. I can see this person maybe being, it may be, here's what I think I'm seeing. There's somebody in your life that is bound. That's why we have the chains here. The chains, the one with the chains is the devil. There's somebody bound here that's older to old ways of thinking. Old ways of looking at other people. So We do have, and they're trying to keep it hidden. They're turning a blind eye. They want others to turn a blind eye to the way they think and the way they speak. Now, what am I referring to? I'm referring to people that this is somebody that's older, could be like my age. And I know people that grew up in the time period that I grew up in back then, things that were said and done at that time period. Now, when we look at it, it's considered bigoted and racist. And I feel like maybe there might be somebody older that that is trying to hide it. They're trying to hide the old ways. It's not always easy to hide those old ways of thinking and communicating. There's definitely something that someone wants you to turn a blind eye to. It could be that the fact that somebody has an addiction problem that they want you to turn a blind eye to because they're actually trying to hide it in darkness. But we all know what's hidden in dark comes to light eventually. Athena. Hello. Welcome in. Yeah, that's true. That's why these cards are very interesting, Brandon, because you can look at these in different ways. But we do have the moon card, and the moon card represents somebody trying to hide something from somebody. Usually they're trying to hide the truth, but it could be something else that they're trying to hide. In this particular situation, getting the devil card, they may be trying to hide an addiction. Now, addiction doesn't always have to be substances. It can be anything from food, gambling. There's all sorts of addictions. It could be impulsive behaviors they're trying to hide. But eventually it comes out and we see it. What they hide in the dark comes out in the light. You can't stop it. And we know that. Athena, if you want on the list, let me know. Passion. Follow your passions with enthusiasm. Brandon, your angel number is 245. 245. All right. O2 Hurricane, you are up next. You're very welcome, Brandon. You're very welcome. I'm scrunching myself up because I'm cold. got a heater on me. My feet are warm. All right, this is for O2 Hurricane. Oh, Pollyanna, you'll be after O2 Hurricane. That's what I get for not paying attention. I do too, Brenda. It just leads to more questions. He had blunt force trauma. The coroner said blunt force trauma. But we all know blunt force trauma. I sure did, Ellie. Yes, indeed, I did. We all know blunt force trauma can be caused by more than just a fall. Hi, Joanna. I think you're Joanne. These, you'll have to forgive me if I call you by the wrong name because your handles are what I'm seeing. YouTube, get it together. I hope they do something because I don't know. The way things worked out on that, came out on that. I don't know. All right, O2. We've got the Two of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, considering his wife just remarried. And we've got the Four of Pentacles. So the Pentacles are about being productive. They could be about your health. The Four is about keeping things under control, maintaining control. The Queen is about being productive, making sure things go the way they should, the way you want them to go. But the Two of Swords, this makes me feel like you have a decision to make. And there may be some thoughts that you have that are subconscious that you might not even be aware of. So you may have to think about it, maybe meditate on it. But I feel like you're holding down the ones that you have the control over the most and the best. But you have to work on others, perhaps. And that may be why we have the Two of Swords, because you have to decide on what's going to be next. What's next that you're going to work on that's going to be productive? What's next is also going to help you to grow as well. Eternal love. Recognize that love is constant, a constant eternal force. Okay, O2, your angel number is 137. 137. Okay, so I don't mess up again. Pollyanna's next. After Pollyanna will be Ellie. Oh man, that's right, Brenda. You're probably getting hammered up there in Michigan. Oh, that makes me cold thinking about it. Oh, yes, love is always around. I got my big boy coming over here. Yeah, you are, Joe. Hold on. These handles are throwing me off, so give me a second so I can make sure I'm calling you by the right name. Johanna, yes, you are. Oh, I know, Brenda, I know. I know what you mean. Mazakine, I'm sorry I set that for 20 minutes. I wasn't thinking when I set it up. All right, this is for Pollyanna. Queen of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles. Wow. All right, Pollyanna. The first thing I want you to write this down somewhere. Look up the angel number 1010 because you've got two tens here. There is a meaning behind 1010, but you'll have to look it up. So, what do we have here? This is about things coming to a completion. 10's all about completing things. So there may be something in your life that you've completed and put to an end to it. Hi, Mushroom Marie. Sorry about the 20-minute wait. I apologize. Usually I only set it for 5, but this week I don't know. So the 10 of Pentacles is about bringing something, some aspect of your life, some part of your life to a completion. Whereas the 10 of Cups, that's about a coming together. Having everybody come together. I don't know. Celebration. This is about maybe coming together to celebrate. I don't know. I don't want to ask that. It could be somebody's birthday coming up, or it could be just Christmas itself coming up. And you are working very hard to have this happen. The coming together of everybody. This is about the coming together of everybody here. When everybody gets together, I feel like this is probably going to be for Christmas. When everybody comes together, you'll feel complete. You'll feel that completeness. And maybe you're working really hard to make sure that it happens. It's okay, Mushroom Marie. I don't mind typos. You can't, trust me, you cannot say anything in here naughty. It won't let you. I promise. So I feel like you're working really hard to put. I feel maybe you're working really hard to put things together so that there can be this gathering for this occasion. And it maybe you're working on yourself. Ellie, you're up next. Abundance. Look at this. This is about abundance. Abundance flows to those who believe in its presence. And the tens are about abundance. Both tens are about abundance. This could be about emotional abundance, and this could be about financial abundance that you're working on. Pollyanna, your angel number is 131. 131. And don't forget, look up 1010. I don't know where Irish Jessie is. She was going to be here. I was going to see if she wanted a reading because I didn't ask anybody other than Polly. Ahead of time. Usually I ask ahead of time, but I didn't do it this time. All right, this is for Ellie. I had to get a new piece of paper. The other one was a little beat up. I have not seen Moonbud anywhere. That's a good question. I wonder how Moonbud is. Hopefully she's taking care of herself and she's out there living her best life, is what we can hope for. This is for Ellie. Oh, okay. You see her on TikTok? All right. What do we have here? We have the high priestess. This high priestess, has a book. All right, let me read the book. In the pages of a secret book lies the key to your inner look. This insight is a truer gaze, the wisest light to guide your days. I just read what was on that book. You got the Seven of Pentacles. Irish Jessie! Do you want added to the list? And we have the Hermit. Irish Jessie, I forgot to ask, did you want on the list? Okay. All right, Ellie, what do we have here? So this is first things first. This is about having knowledge, reflecting over the knowledge that you have, and then making choices. Now, the Hermit says you're going to take time to yourself and reflect on those choices. The High Priestess says you already know what to do. So you've got choices to make in some aspects of your life. You have some choices here that you may be taking time to yourself to reflect on, but you already know ahead of time. Your gut, listen to your gut feeling, because your gut knows. Your gut already knows. And I know that this reading sounds vague. I have an idea of what it's about. So this is you guiding yourself to make the right choices. You already know what they are, but you're going to take time to think about it before you do it anyhow. Even though your gut's telling you, hey, sweet pea. Yeah, I know, Ellie. I know. Do you want on the list, sweet pea? Yeah, I had put a community post out that I was going to be live today. Okay, I'll add you. Nature. I don't know what your weather's like there, Ellie. This says to connect with nature to ground and inspire yourself. Well, you can do it in the snow too. You can do it in snow if you have snow, like we do. You just can't do it barefoot. Or I wouldn't advise it anyhow. Ellie, your angel number's 183. 183. Pamela. Yeah, that's what it's like here too, Ellie. It's like 19 degrees here. We've got heaters and the oven on. If it was an overheating problem with this laptop, it shouldn't be because I had to send that desktop back. The desktop couldn't handle live streaming, so I'm back with the old laptop.
It's a whole 17 degrees.
You're very welcome, Ellie. You're very welcome. Yeah, it's that cold here, Ellie. It was cold. It was 10 degrees when I woke up this morning. Sweet Pea, do you want on the list? Oh, you said yes. Never mind. It's what?
A whole 17 degrees.
Oh, it's dropped.
Yeah.
All right, this is for Pamela. So we're still stuck at, is it the laptop or is it the internet? Pollyanna, we are negative in Celsius. We are negative Celsius. When it comes to Celsius, we're negative numbers. I've got my feet pointed at the heater. Yeah, we are. All right, this is for Pamela. We have the King of Cups. We have the Chariot. And we have the Full card. This is interesting. What do we have here? The King of Cups. This is about maintaining a balanced head and heart emotionally. While you take control of the situation, you're going to embark on a new journey. You're going to take a leap of faith on something. You're going to try something new. And you're not quite sure about it. There may be some travel involved. You might be feeling like, which way do I go? As long as you maintain a balanced, emotionally balanced head and heart about the situation, you'll make the right decision. But you're going to start something new. You're going to take a leap of faith on something. You're emotionally invested in it. It could be that you're traveling for the holidays. But he's facing this one. And the leap of faith is over here on this one. So maybe you're going to take a leap of faith and go one direction, and just make sure that you maintain balance. Maintain that balance there. Both within yourself and emotionally. In all aspects, maintain balance. That's the important thing. Looks like you've planted a seed and it's starting to grow. Right here. Aw, Brenda, thank you. Patience. Good things come to those who wait. So, whatever you're deciding here to do, just make sure that you have patience. Pamela, your angel number is 228. 228. All right. Mushroom Marie. Mushroom Marie, are you here? Awesome. I'm going to have Mr. Hart close the list because it's only going to get colder. Now Tuesday I'll be on the other laptop. Aw, thank you, Brenda. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. Thank you so much for that. I greatly appreciate that. Now Tuesday I'll be on the other laptops. We'll be talking on Tuesday from the convenience of my seat over there. In the members only live. You're very welcome, Pamela. You're very welcome. So I'll be at the table on Tuesday when we talk about psychic mediums, fake ones. I'm going to dive into, when I talk about psychic mediums, I'm going to discuss what they are and there's different types of psychic mediums. So we're going to get into all of it. But I'm going to point out the fakeness that we have here on YouTube. Sorry for the sniffles, but I'm sitting here and I shouldn't have any sniffles. I'm not using oxygen. Yeah, I'm going to go in depth on what is a psychic medium and different types of psychic mediums, and most importantly, fake ones. All right, this is for Mushroom Marie. We're starting out with the Four of Swords. We have the Two of Cups. And we have the Tower. Aw, thank you, Pamela. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for supporting my channel. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. So what I'm seeing here, Mushroom Marie, is that something big happens. Something unexpected, something out of the blue is going to happen and cause a disruption in a connection that you have with someone. Maybe something was said, and maybe it was a misunderstanding, but something come out of the blue. Now, I always preach about Mercury retrograde, and today is the last day, but we'll still have the shadow period for the next 2 weeks after today. And it is in the sign of Scorpio, by the way. I say that because things happen under Mercury retrograde, and I could actually show you that. Someone I follow on YouTube, the Hoof GP, totally different sector, does cow pedicures. I know he's a Scorpio. He had a pretty bad accident recently to where he had to have surgery. And I'm like, yeah, Mercury retrograde got him. He probably wasn't paying attention. And unfortunately, he cut himself pretty bad. Bad enough to require surgery on his hand. So Mercury retrograde is nothing to play with. It doesn't affect everybody. It more so affects those whose sign it's in, more so than others. I mean, it can affect other people depending on the placement of that sign in your birth chart. But what I'm saying here in your reading, Mushroom Marie, is that something I feel is something gets said. The reason I say something gets said is because you've got the Four of Swords here. And it may have caused some sort of disconnection here, a disagreement, a misunderstanding. And so you may have to rebuild that tower from the foundation up. Maybe that person they fell out of grace with you. Maybe the other person said something to you that wasn't very nice and they fell out of your good graces. That happens frequently with the tower. And until I start reversing some of these cards, we're never going to get the reverse tower, which would be now I'm at a loss for words. Self-sabotage. So in this case, it's not self-sabotage. It would be the other person has maybe said something out of the blue, unexpected, and it may or may not have been a misunderstanding. Only time will tell. Manifestation. Focus on what you truly desire. The universe will respond. And usually the best time to do that is during a new moon. Which, speaking of the moon, we've got a full moon coming this Friday. Taylor, if you want that question answered, if you want to come back on Thursday, I take questions on Thursdays and I will answer your question on Thursday. But thank you for subscribing. I greatly appreciate that. I do take questions on Thursdays. Today I just do general readings for everybody. Congratulations, Sweet Pea. I lost track of how many I have now. So Taylor, if you don't mind coming back on Thursday, I'd love to answer your question. My list today is closed for today. I apologize that the list is closed for today. This is my first day back after a long break, dealing with the Mercury retrograde and some other things. So, Taylor, if you want to bring that question back on Thursday, I greatly will do my best to answer your question. And Mushroom Marie, your angel number is 312. 312. If you guys are not familiar with angel numbers, what you need to do when I give you an angel number is go to your search engine, type the word angel number in your search bar, and then put in the number I give you after you type in angel number. And once you hit search, a message will come up. That's a message that your angels want you to hear. You're very welcome, Mushroom Marie. You're very welcome. If this hasn't happened yet, Mushroom Marie, it could happen in the near future, within the next 2 weeks, I'd say. I'm not taking any more on my list today, Taylor. I've got a list and I'm not taking any more today. I apologize. It is freezing cold here. So I do apologize, but I will be glad to answer your question on Thursday. I'm just not taking any more names for the list today. Mazakeen. Are you here, Mazakeen? I apologize, Taylor. I would, yeah, but it's 19 degrees here. And my toes are already frozen and they're up against the heater. And we're heating the rest of the house with the oven and a heater. And 3 dogs. Big dogs. All right. This is for Mazakeen. Hey, get out of there. You got food. Nice try. No. You can't help. I love you too, but you can't help me. Sorry, guys. I've got a big dog trying to climb in my lap. Go see Daddy. Go see Daddy. But you're making a mess. No, you can't go out. No, they cannot go out. No, do not open that door, please. They're just going to have to wait. You open that door and I'm going to be sitting here freezing so bad it won't even be funny. I'm already freezing. Don't make it worse. Oh my goodness. You're going to have to wait, buddy. I know, Brenda. They picked the weirdest times to... Oh, the big one, he came over and shoved his whole head up underneath my armpit. Since I lost my little one, he's becoming more close to me. I love it, but I can't hold him in my lap. He's 200 plus pounds. All right. This is for Mazakeen. Yes, I have a miniature horse in my house. No, not really. It's a dog. Yeah, he comes up to me when I'm in my seat over there. And he puts his head up on my shoulder and I whisper in his ear, Tank, Mommy loves you. Tank, Mommy loves you. Because, yes, his name is Tank. And he's like a tank. All right. Mazakeen, you get the high priestess. Let me read this again. In the pages of a secret book lies the key to your inner look. This insight is a truer gaze, the wisest light to guide your days. I know. Oh, it went blurry? Oh, that was probably a spirit. If my screen goes blurry, it's a spirit. King of Pentacles. What do we have here? There we go. 5 of swords. All right. All right. So the first thing I heard when I was looking at these cards, when I pulled that last one, the very first thing that popped in my mind was bury the hatchet. The Five of Swords, though, is that's about a conflict. It could be an inner conflict or it could be a conflict with someone else. But I first heard bury the hatchet, and you've got the King of Pentacles. This is somebody that is wise, somebody that's committed. But with having pulled the High Priestess, this tells me that you have to listen to your gut feeling. You're wise and you're committed, but you know during any conflict you might be having, whether it's internal or with someone else, you know what's right and what's wrong. Because you have that wisdom. And your gut is telling you that. Always listen to your gut feeling. This may be you arguing with yourself about whether or not somebody is committed or not. Committed to a friendship, maybe. Listen to what your gut is saying. Not the words that are being said, but listen to what your gut is telling you. Because you have the wisdom to know. I know he is, Brenda. I seen all them pictures and videos you sent me. Connection. Build meaningful connections with others. Maybe that's what you're conflicted about, is committing yourself to connections. Your gut is telling you it's okay to do it, but your mind might be telling you, I don't know. I've been hurt before in the past. This could be about trust issues. Mazakine, your angel number is 286. 286. Joanna. Joanna, are you here? You're very welcome, Mazakine. You're very welcome. All right, this is going to be for Joanna. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. I hate the way that YouTube has our handles out there because not everybody uses their name as their handle. YouTube, get it together. All right, this is for Joanna. Got Two of Swords. You have a decision to make. You're thinking about things. Things are conflicted. The Knight of Wands. Don't be impulsive. And the Three of Pentacles. So with the Three of Pentacles, it looks like you're making an offering. This is about the initial achievement of something that you're working on. The Two of Swords, that tells me that you have a decision to make. And there may be some thoughts that are in your subconscious mind that you're not really thinking about when it comes to making this decision. But you don't want to make it, whatever the decision is that you have to make, you don't want to make it impulsively. You want to take the time and really work on it. And that's what you're doing here. You're even making an offering. Be careful making offerings. That could be something impulsive that you might do, is making an offering to somebody before you really think it through. Let's see if there's anything else here. Before you impulsively tell somebody how you feel, think it through. Because you could be in the early stages of some sort of relationship. And before you go impulsively putting it out there how you feel about this person, take the time to think about it. Think it through. Not today, Ariel. Yes, later this evening, I believe, Brenda. Yes. Ariel, if you want to come back on Thursday, I will be here Thursday. You can also bring a question on Thursday, and I will answer your question. But it's only 19 degrees here. Actually, it's colder than that. And getting colder, and my feet are freezing. Yeah, I know. I have the opposite problem in the summer. From what I understand, Brenda, she's supposed to go. Yeah, she is supposed to be live this evening. I haven't heard anything different. I apologize, Ariel. It's my list is closed for today. But I will be back on Thursday. And on Thursday, you can ask a question if you have a question. Just keep in mind, I don't do medical, I don't do legal, and I don't do financial. I'm not a professional in any of those fields. So I don't give medical advice. I don't give legal advice. But if you have any other type of question you want answered, feel free to bring it on Thursday. If it's a yes or no question, I'll be using runes. I use runes to answer yes or no questions. Otherwise, you get the option of runes or the tarot cards, which I use this deck to answer your questions. Embrace the freedom to be yourself. You are free to be yourself. Just don't be impulsively. Don't do it impulsively. Joanna, your angel number is 415. 415. Irish Jesse, are you still here? Irish Jesse. Irish Jesse. Sweet Pea, are you here? I'll come back to Irish Jesse. I don't think so. It's not that. Irish Jessie might have. She wasn't feeling good. There's Sweet Pea. Let me get Sweet Pea and then I'll get Irish Jessie. I'll come back to her, Pollyanna. My toes are like ice and they're up against the heater. I know in the summer months I'm not happy, in the winter months I'm not happy. We'll get it figured out. This Tuesday, members, we're going to do the okay. Thank you, Pollyanna. This Tuesday, we're going to talk about psychic mediums. We're going to talk about psychic mediums in general, but then we're going to discuss fake mediums and fake psychic mediums on YouTube. And then the following Tuesday, we're going to do some more candle wax readings because Mr. Hart wants to get involved. All right. This is for Sweet Pea. And we have the Emperor. The Tower. Oh boy. And we have the Magician. Oh, Sweet Pea. This is a major reading. Holy smokes. So we've got the Emperor, the Tower, and the Magician. Wow. Well, looking at the Emperor, we're going to start with the Emperor first. The emperor, sorry about coughing, the emperor could represent a leader, but it also could represent your God source, your higher power, whoever you look to, the creator. The tower is usually something that happens out of the blue, unexpected. And the magician is all about the skills that you have and the confidence that you have. So I feel like you're going to be shown a skill, or you're going to be shown that you have the confidence to follow through with something. And it's going to come unexpectedly. Your higher power, your God source, is going to put that, make that lightning strike out of the blue, unexpectedly, to show you have the skills and the confidence that you need for something. There's something very important for you that I feel like you need what's the right word for it? I'm trying to think of the word. Maybe you're lacking self-confidence, and this is the way something is going to come at you unexpectedly to make you wake up and realize that you have the skills and the confidence and the ability to do something that you were lacking the confidence, the self-confidence in. So I feel like you were lacking, feeling like you weren't able to do something. And I feel like your God source, your creator, is going to make that little light bulb kick in and say, you're able to do this. You've always been able to do this. You know you can do this. So you can do this. I don't know what it is that you're trying to do, but you have the ability, you have the capability of doing it. You just need that little push. And you're going to get that little push. You're going to get that little push whether you know it or not, from your God source, the creator, the universe, however you look at it. You're going to get that little push. And you're going to be able to follow through with whatever it is that you're having difficulties with. Pollyanna, make sure you drop Irish Jessie's link for me, please. And thank you. Success. Believe that success is within your reach. Oh, wow. Look at that. So there's something you're working on that you're not believing in yourself. And you're going to get that little nudge of the tower because your higher power is going to throw that tower at you, that unexpected lightning bolt, and make you realize that you can succeed in whatever it is you're doing. All right, Sweet Pea, your angel number is 287. 287.
Place those on top of that.
Okay. Let me set this over there. Mr. Hart wants me to do this.
I know it's weird.
Like that.
It's like somebody's walking through the door.
Oh, yeah. It does.
I saw that on my tablet.
Look at that. Mr. Hart's seen that through it on his tablet. Look, somebody's walking through the door. Or is that God source?
I don't know.
Thank you, Mr. Hart. Wow, that was very interesting. You're very welcome, Sweet Pea. You're very welcome. I kind of seen something there, but I wasn't sure. And then he comes over and says, "Hey, put those on top of them." Irish Jesse, you're up next.
And if anyone's curious, I only touch her cards when she nags me to frustration. Otherwise, I don't touch them.
I wasn't nagging. I never nag.
No, that's why
Hey,
I asked
Six
you to
Up.
put those on top of that.
Six Up, you did want a reading, right? I was waiting for you to come in. Okay, I thought you did. All right, this is for Irish Jesse, and then Six Up will be after Irish Jesse. Yeah, I love Chat GBT. Or I should say, who was it? Somebody, I can't remember who it was, called it Chat JBT. Oh, Jesse, you've got the Nine of Swords. Oh. This Seven of Pentacles has been coming out an awful lot tonight. Oh, is that who it was, Pollyanna? I couldn't remember. Ace of Wands. All right, what do we got here for Irish Jesse? What I'm seeing here is I see you being really very busy. Reflecting over the choices you have, making decisions. But I also see you starting something new. There's something you're passionate about. Ooh, it could be that you are going to start working on all of this. So we have decisions to make and we have choices to make. Decisions and choices. Same thing. What is wrong with me? You're thinking about the choices you have to make. You might be stressing out about it a little bit too. What else do I see here? See, it's hard for you to see what I'm seeing here. Set this one aside. This is what these two look like. So I see anxiety here. I see stress over choices that you're given. And maybe you might be frustrated. Perhaps this is about being frustrated about having so many choices to make or so many decisions to make. Feeling overwhelmed. That's what I'm getting from this. You're feeling overwhelmed. With all these flames here, that makes me feel overwhelmed. So perhaps all these decisions and choices you have is making you feel overwhelmed. Because there is anxiety there. Or maybe you're just looking over the things that you have and you're trying to decide, which one do I start first? Which one do I do first? Which one do I take care of first? Receptivity, be open to receiving love in abundance. All right, Mr. Hart's got me doing this now. Oh, look at that. Oh my God. It's all your fault. Look at that. See this card, the card underneath says be open to receiving love and abundance. And when I put it over top of this, it's like somebody is offering you love and abundance, and you're having anxiety over it, making a decision on whether you want to receive this love and abundance.
Okay, split it back apart.
Uh-oh. We got Mr. Hart's input.
Okay. That looks like somebody holding a child up with a fiery celebration.
You heard it. He said it. Because
And then
he's
when
just
you put it over the gift, it's like somebody's giving the gift of the child with a fiery celebration. But hey, I'm not in it.
Yeah, you are. You've got just as much intuition as I got. Although I don't know that it would be a child as much as it is something else that's a gift. We're getting the input from Mr. Hart tonight. That's awesome. Because he does read. He just doesn't do it very often. All right. Irish Jesse, your angel number is 125. 125. Next up is 6 up. You're very welcome, Irish Jesse. You're very welcome. My nose is running because it's cold. 6 Up, I've already got my live schedule for Tuesday. I'm going to do it from Restream on the other laptop. And we are going to get into psychic mediums and the fake ones here on YouTube. And the different types of psychic mediums, because, there are different types. I'm trying not to leak it all out today. All right, this is for 6 Up. Some of the things some of these people come up with out there is gross, sick, and disgusting. All right. 9 of Swords. You got the 9 of Swords too. Now, I shuffled these really well. 4 of Pentacles. Oh, 10 of Wands. What do we have here? Well, no. Starting right here, I see anxiety. Anxiety and stress right here. I see a lot of anxiety and stress. Trying to maintain balance. Balance in all aspects of life. Holding on to some parts of your life that, you're putting your foot down. But I feel like other parts, you might be dealing with some anxiety and stress. Feeling overwhelmed. Got too much on your mind. Got a lot on your mind. And because you have a lot on your mind, you might have difficulty sleeping. And it's making you feel overwhelmed. I'm going to the kitchen with you to make dinner. Let's see what we get here. Ah, you're making pizza. Alignment. Align your actions and thoughts with your desires. All right, Mr. Heart's got me putting these cards on top of the other ones. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything here. Not on this one. Align your actions and thoughts with your desires. Your angel number is 129, 129. All right. I want to thank Brenda for being a member for 10 months. Thank you so much, Brenda. And also for the super chat you sent me. And I want to thank Pamela as well for the super sticker. Thank you so much for that, Pamela. I greatly appreciate that. I want to thank Pollyanna for being here, Irish Jessie, and Six Up, my mods. I want to thank everybody else for coming in. I'm sorry I couldn't stay on a little longer, but like I said, let me see what temperature it is. It is 20 degrees right now. At least according to my watch, it is. Whether I believe that or not, I don't know. But I do want to thank you all for being here. Like I said, Tuesday members, you know what the topic's about this Tuesday. And for everybody else that's not a member, I will be back live again on Thursday. You can bring your questions. Depending on the temperature, will depend on what time I go live. If it's like today, I'll be an hour earlier, like I was today. And if it's a normal temperature, actually, Sweet Pea, I've got a pair of socks that has, you put batteries in, but my batteries died. I had to put them on the charge. I've got electric socks that has heaters in them. So that's my fault for not having the batteries charged. And I should have put my heated hoodie on too. So that's my fault. But I didn't know how cold it was going to be over here. I just found out. So I hope to see you either Tuesday, or if you're not a member, I hope to see you on Thursday with questions. Like I said, depends on the temperature, what time I go live on Thursday. Tuesday, I think I've got it set for 3 my time, 5 Eastern, normal time, because I won't be sitting over here on Tuesday. So I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank the new subscribers. And I send much love, many blessings to everybody. Stay safe out there. It's a crazy world we live in. Stay warm if you're cold. If you're 6 up and it's 70 degrees, stay cool. And we will see you back next time. Have a good rest of your evening, everybody. Check it out, 6 up. I don't know. And I did see a live scheduled, so hopefully 6 up will be live here in a little while. All right. Have a good evening, everybody.
Love you. Bye.